testify is Linell Patterson, daughter of Terry Smith and stepmother Lucy Smith, murdered in 2001. Welcome.
Thank you so much for letting me share my story. My dad was funny. He was funny. When I was little, my favorite song to sing with him was "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," hands down. He was smart. He was an engineer. He was an inventor. He taught my sister and I math. He loved to travel. He loved to play guitar. He loved to be with his family. When I was a teenager, he married Lucy, my stepmom, who was grabbed up by an elementary school to be their principal as soon as she came into the area. She was kind, and she had a beautiful smile. When I found out that Dad and Lucy had been murdered, I was a sophomore in college. And it was a devastating crime. It involved hours of torture with multiple weapons, duct tape, knives, hammers, guns. Ultimately, suffocation was how they both died. I still don't understand why my family was brutalized and killed that night by my stepbrother and some of his friends. I still have anger. I still have nightmares. I still have unanswered questions, and I still miss my dad. When the trials began, we were told that a death sentence would be sought for Landon May, a boy who was about my age, who participated in killing my family. We were told that justice would be sought for us. This is a phrase that was echoed repeatedly throughout the trials, throughout all the newspapers, that justice would be sought for me. Justice would be sought for me. I went to the trials, and it was hard. I sat in about the position that I'm sitting now, like feet from Landon May, really close. And at first I didn't know who was behind us, like a bunch of newspaper reporters, students. But on one of the breaks, I met some of the women who were sitting just kind of over here. It was Landon May's family. And I recognize now that this could have been a really awful meeting, but at that point in my life, no one else got it. Like, no one else understood the sheer devastation and the horror and the anger, but these women got it. I immediately connected with them, and they were just as equally devastated as I was. They brought me comfort. And on top of that, they were really fearful that their loved one was going to be killed. When the death sentence was read, I will never forget the sound that came out of those women, because I had cried that cry for my family. And it is haunting to think that another death will be taking place for me. It is a burden that I carry. Exploring what justice is over the past 14 years has been like being in a maze. To me, justice means keeping violent prisoners and criminals in prison. It means re-strengthening our communities after trauma and investing in programs and services that prevent future acts of violence. It also means providing victims' families with help when it comes to understanding what to expect regarding grief and post-traumatic stress, of which I knew nothing, the funerals, and resources for the future. Often, victims' family members are grouped into one category, one that desires another death to obtain healing and justice. Thank you for giving us all a chance to share our individual stories. I know we each have different feelings. We're all valid. For myself only, another death will not facilitate my healing. I will not feel justice when capital punishment has been implemented. It will not make me feel safer. It will not make me feel less angry. It will not bring me peace. It will not bring my family back, my family, who I so want to honor by living a life of joy, not focused on their killers, but on healing. Because we all feel differently, it seems appropriate to neutralize emotions from the debate and prudent to call a moratorium while we explore all aspects of the policy. Thank you. Thank you so much.